Okay, welcome back. And most definitely, we are doing maintenance. Maintenance is a very small task that you have to do. And come on, let's come over here and take a look at the helicopter. We've been flying the Nova CP for the last few days, and she's been flying at 100%. We had turned the tags up a little bit, and it's really working very, very well. I just about can take my hand off the control. But let's talk about maintenance and why we do maintenance and all that kind of good stuff. And one thing I'm going to share with you is that I am using Pentagon oil. It's a high formulated oil used for BB guns, and it's very, very good for the Nova CP. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why I do it, and most definitely I know a lot about gears, and gears always need grease or some type of little oil to keep it nice and, lubed up and not so dry. When gears don't have when you don't put the grease or anything on it, the gears are dry. When they're running, the teeth sometimes at high RPM that the teeth can get shredded or stripped, all that kind of stuff like that. But little coat of oil, keeps them nice and lubed up, keeps it nice and freely working. I know a lot about motors. Okay, most definitely I took the blades and the tail rotor blades off. I like to get the oil like right inside where the ball bearings are. And same thing with the gears with the tail rotor. The inner part, you really can't too much get to. Most definitely I put a small little drop on the motor in the center part where the rod turns the gear, you know what I mean? And most definitely, I always do the rotor head. You already see little the oil droplets up there, and anything movable. You know what I mean. Most definitely, the swatch plate and all the little moving parts. You want to put oil in every little moving little cranny. Make sure you wipe up anything that is not supposed to be where it's supposed to be. But other than that, when you keep it nice and lubed up, make sure wipe off your blade because you're gonna have oil spraying everywhere. And sometimes I take a little toilet paper after I do the main gear. You can see I got it lubed up all the way around, and I let it sit and turn the gear and the motor and all that stuff to let that oil lubricate all over the place where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? And then I just dab it a little bit so there's not stuff spraying all around. But every so often, I give it a little tune-up, and I don't have to take the blades off every time. I was just checking the main spindle where the two screws. You always want to check all your screws, make sure nothing's coming loose. I had a pin at the bottom of the main gear that was sliding a little bit. So I just put a little drop of super glue on that to keep it in one spot. Most definitely I won't be changing out the main gear or anything like that. That's why I put a drop of super glue. I don't have any JB Weld glue, but if I need to, I can most definitely get the part off. But it won't be coming off at all anytime soon because it's doing so good. All the teeth are 100% on this main gear. Like I said, I already realigned the motor to work freely with this main gear. So it's 100%. The silver collar that you see right under the swatch plate, I had worked on that a couple days ago. I got it nice and tight. It hasn't came looser at all or moved up or down or nothing like that. Let's see. And I have been flying. So after each flight, when you come back to your workbench, check it out. Make sure nothing's coming loose or wobbly. If something's wobbly, fix it immediately. Don't let parts go too far. they'll snap off or break off, especially the rotor head is always running at a high RPM. That's why I always pay attention to it. Oil it up because I know it's under load and it's under stress. So, and that's where this Pentagon oil is really gonna help out, you know what I mean, and get those parts nice and lubed up and stress free. More easier to work. I can tell within my acceleration when I'm flying and hovering around. It's doing awesome. This is the best setup, the best build that I've done as long as I had this Nova CP. I can say that, you know what I mean. Most definitely, I've worked with my radio. Got a better battery, better batteries for the helicopter too. So all the way around, I got a good setup. Flying at 100%. I can do a 360. I haven't had the chance to. We've been shooting videos, but I can do a 360. I feel very confident that I can do it. Most definitely, you need space and you need to be in the center, and push it all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So, in a few days, we'll be working with that. Had some eye issues, so I've been kind of taking a break. So I do need a break for the Nova CP. So everything's everything's good. So catch us in the next video. Peace, and this is maintenance.